Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of The Doors. Today, our topic is about friendship, the idea behind it, the movement, the action, how you act in certain circumstances with friends, the people you need to hang out with to move you forward. And we get real deep on our own experiences in this. I hope you really enjoy it as much as we did. And thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey guys, Nick here.
What's going on, y'all? Zach here,
We're just two guys trying to make the world a better place.
and welcome to the Doors.
Go.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Doors, where we are the developers of our own opportunities through the reinforcement of our own success. I'm Zachary Otts,
I'm Nicholas Sternloff.
and let's open up some doors today. So today, me and Nicholas, we really sat down and tried to think of what is a good topic to talk about in this time. We have a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of depression and anxiety going around. So Nick and I kind of sat on this topic, and we're going to discuss friendship today. So I have a quote I want to start things off with,
Yes,
and
sir.
it's something that I really think is needed in today's society because we look for happiness in many different places: money, success, fame, cars, clothes, another person maybe. But I want to let you know happiness can be found even in the darkest time. If, and this is a big if you can remember to cut on the light. Now I want you to think about that light for a second. That light can be anything that drives you positively, but for me, and I know for Nicholas as well, friendship is a key aspect to cutting on that light. Am I right, Nick?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's complete. To jump into this story, to jump right into this topic, I mean, you are the one that creates the things around you, and like I've realized that especially this week. For the past like 3 weeks, I mean, last week we took a break because it was needed, but for the past like 3 weeks, I've just felt in the dark, just like Zach was saying. I didn't feel like I was controlling my own life, and one of the big things that's really helped get me back on track and almost screw my head back on straight. Almost, I'm getting there is my friends, the people that I surround myself with, the people I constantly stay in contact with. And it allows me to understand the path I want to go moving forward and understand how I need to get there. And I have people supporting me along the way.
Yeah, man. Nick, have you ever noticed how weird friendship is though? It's like you meet a random person and then you're like, "Oh shit, bro, I think we're going to get along. I think we'll be good
What do you
friends." You
what
know
do
what I
you
mean?
what do you mean by that?
Huh?
Well,
Well, I
so
mean,
yes, but what do you mean by that? I mean, I feel friendship is a very
it's very to me, it's very
go
weird
ahead.
how we meet people, man. Because we always use that quote that people are either in your life for a reason or a season. So people always come and go. But I feel friendship is something that no matter how far you are away, you're still in that person's heart, man. You know what I mean? Like friendship is something that I feel it should drive you further. Someone that's going to tell you what you don't want to hear, pick you up in your times of need. But also, I think it's one of the most powerful forms of interpersonal relationships. Nick, so I have a question for you, man, just to kind of start things off. I don't mean to throw you into the fire, but
Yes,
I'm going
sir.
to real fast.
Yes, sir.
Um, so
Do it,
what
man.
does
Let me hear it.
what does friendship mean to you?
What does what, sir?
What does friendship mean to you, Nick?
What does friendship mean to me?
Yeah, what does friendship mean to you?
All right. Well, I think I have a really different view on friendship than a lot of other people. Uh, I have a lot of people that don't like me. I have a lot of people that just think I'm really weird. But at the end of the day, I think of friends anyone that I can communicate regularly and have an honest and true conversation with that is looking out for the better of me. As well as because that's my mentality is that I have people in my life again either for a reason or for a season, and I can't help those whether those people are in or out of my life. But if you're gonna be in my life in beneficial way at all, I consider you a friend, and it has allowed me to open up an interpersonal world that a lot of people don't communicate through, and I'm a positive motherfucker, y'all. It lets
Damn right.
me. I really am though. I see the good in everyone. I see the good in every situation. I take myself out of it and understand what I'm doing wrong, and I'll be the first one to step up and say, "This is my fault." But why by doing this, I've opened up a world of interpersonal communication, as I said, that I don't harbor hate. I don't put myself in situations around people that aren't going to benefit me, and that is a peace of mind right there. It really is. When you're able to put yourself in scenarios around individuals that are always going to look out for you or even boost you up in a way that's going to show you the truth of the situation you're in. Like Zach's talking about, the people that are going to be there for you when the going gets tough and be like, bro, you're doing some crazy shit. You need to get your head back on straight.
Damn right. Damn right, man.
Yeah.
So,
But
what do
I
you
don't I don't
think?
think a lot of
Go
people
ahead.
have that mentality, man. I don't think
No,
people I
they
don't
don't,
think
man.
I don't think a lot of people have that mentality, and I think it's a very different one. I mean, you see it in some people, but friendship is a means of communication in a way. I think that as I grow and continue, I just want to keep making friends. I want to have a friend group of 50,000 to 100,000 people.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't care. I want to know all their names. I want to be in their lives. I want to help them. I want to make them. I want to help them move forward. I want to do what I can to be there for them. And of course, I have my friends that are closer. I have my friends that mean a lot to me. At the end of the day, if I can help someone benefit their life, damn right I'll be your friend.
Damn right, man.
So
So, do you believe, man, that there's probably like different types of friends then?
yeah,
Yeah, I was reading something the other day because me and Nicholas were kind of talking about this topic, and it was a old book by Aristotle. And if you guys don't know who Aristotle is, he's a ancient Greek philosopher. Wrote many books. A lot of people still use his works, but he states that there's three different types of friendships. Um, One is friendships of utility. So if you're getting like a personal trainer to help you out, like that would be a friendship of utility. Two, friendships of pleasure. That's your intimate relationships or your romance. And then three, friendships of good. So those are just people that come around you for the common good. People that really drive you forward. People that are close to you. People that Nicholas and I were just talking about lift you up and really get behind your vision. But I think one of the key things here that he left out is there can be negative friendships. I feel like. Do you feel that way?
I mean, of course. I mean, we all hold our anchors around our shoulders, and I think everyone's had their moments in realizing that there are people in your life that definitely aren't going to benefit the doors that you have to open to move forward, or don't appreciate them, and that's where I think creative boundaries are exceptionally helpful for those moments. Like I have people that I don't mind seeing. I have people that I do, that I. It's not that I don't want them in my life, and I like to see them. But at the end of the day, I'm taking steps forward to grow as a positive leader in society, as a positive leader in my life. And if you aren't going to help me, I'm going to put boundaries up at least to outsource that negativity and hate and the things that are going to hold me down from that progress.
Yeah, man. Like, and going along with what you
And
said,
I think there's a book, the book that I'm reading right now, Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Is you have these green lights ahead of you, and friends could be definitely an outsource for those movements you're making.
yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. So, what do you think we should base our friendships on?
I think that's a very loaded question. I understand where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, like you never know when a friendship's gonna come up. You never know how it's going to start. That is the inevitability of free will
Yep.
around society and human nature at the moment. You might run into your best friend that you've never met at a mall. You might connect over Instagram, social media. That's the beauty of the internet today. I think that it can be anytime, anywhere. It's just the key right moment. It's a green light in your life that this person just pops up, and then you end up being a friend with them. But that's being
Yeah.
open to communicating too, and I'm very extroverted, so that's one way I would do it. A lot of people would do it in different introverted ways as well. I think one of the big things that is really interesting right now, and I'd love to quirk your mind about it is what has some friendships helped you through? Because friendship right now we're talking about how to develop friendships and what they mean and different things like that. But what has friendship helped you through tough times, rough pastures, overcoming the obstacles ahead? Let's hear it.
Man, I think some of my opportunities or some of the situations I've been into, I've had friends that have really seen me at my lowest, and they've been able to like help me kind of put the pieces back together, be able to get up on my own feet, and then be able to, thrive and live. Um, a situation in particular, and I know a lot of you can probably
Damn
resonate
right,
with
man.
that, is I always try to be like really like a beacon of like self actualization, a beacon of light. It's just something that sometimes it gets me into trouble, but I always love to give advice and I love to talk. That's kind of the movement, that Nicholas and I are trying to spread. But that's beside the point. So, I've had issues with, many family members, many friends that are addicts, man. And I've really realized that at times you don't want to be the person that has to tell them, hey, man, you're fucking up right now. Hey, man, like you're back on the same stuff. You're back on that same woman. You know, you're back on that same man. It's a continuous toxic cycle. Hey, you got to get it together. One of the things I realized about being a really good friend, and especially if you want that friendship to be built on a good foundation, you can't be scared of what's going to happen. You can't be scared of the outcome. And if you're a really good
Mm,
friend, you don't have any yeah, man, yeah. You don't have any ulterior motives for that friendship. You're not looking to get something from that person. You're there for the sheer will of the love and the energy that they bring to you.
damn right. Damn right, dude. And I
But
think
that's just
that's
my
so
opinion,
important, dude. I mean,
That's
honestly, like I but it's correct though. I mean, in the sense of like I've seen you at your lowest lows. You've seen me at some of my lowest lows, and it's people like you in my life, people like Kalen, people like Coda, people like Lake, all my buddies from Florida, some of the people from Roy. I have friends that no matter what I do, they'll be like, dude, like you really shouldn't be doing this. Like this doesn't make
yeah.
sense to who you are. And they keep it real because they understand the motives and things that I'm trying to move forward. And it's a sense of almost pride and community in the people you have that allow you to be honest with yourself and who they are. And it's dude, it's so much trust that's built up over time. And that takes time
But
though. But like
yeah, man, 100%. But here's the thing: is people get burned sometimes. They get burned in their friendships, burned in their relationships, and then they close their heart off. Their heart grows cold. They need warmer covers or something. I don't know, man. But it's one of those
I,
things where people tend to shy away from friendships nowadays. They want to close themselves off. And when you're alone and you're in a dark place, man, you need that flicker of light. You need that flicker of hope. You need someone that's going to be able to be there for you. Those are good friendships.
Well, and at the end, I agree completely. One of the important things too is, like I was saying earlier, I was in the past 3 weeks have been a really just interesting. It's not been a rut. It's been like a blur almost. And my buddy Kalen and a couple other people have just been really there to like, dude, you need to I see you making these moves and you're doing it right. Like, just do a little more, figure it out, take the steps you need to take. And I've been planning my life a little better. I've been journaling. I've been spending time doing things. that I need to do because I have people that I'm in constant communication with. That makes me feel great, especially
Yeah.
like after work, before work. I spend time, and instead of listening to music, which I usually do, I call you, call my buddy Coda, I call my family, and that communication alone with those people that I truly care about really helps open my eyes to the things that I need to be and want to be doing. And it
Yeah,
honestly
man.
gives me such an appreciation for the movements I'm trying to make because it lays out the path before me. I feel like I'm doing something right. I'm staying in communication with the people I love, and I know that matters to me and matters to them.
Damn, man. And that's what it's about, though, Nick. It's we get lost in so much in today's Commonwealth and the things that are just norms to us that we really don't love our neighbor anymore. And I think a lot of that has to come, with you want to be private, you want to live in your solitude. I get that, but there's times and places where people do need someone to step up. They need someone to be there for them. And if it's not going to be someone else, why can't it be you? And that's one of the things I always try
Right.
to do is I'll put myself in their shoes. Okay, I know they're going through this. What can I do? No ulterior motives in mind. What can I do to even just bring a smile to their face? Because maybe that smile can go a long way.
I
So
agree.
Nick, I gotta go ahead. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I you're fine, and I agree completely. I think that you as I grow older, one of the things that I want to do is I want to become a man that stays in touch with the people I care about and lets them know that I love and care about them. And that's one of the things I've really been developing as a friendship motive in my life is I'll call and make time in my day to make sure to see how my friends are doing, to see that they are on the right path and I can help them do whatever they can. No ulterior motives, just trying to spread positivity and happiness not only in my life and in others' life. And I feel so fulfilled by doing so.
I mean, because you got to think about it, Nick. There's so many different types of people. So many. There's going to be very different types of friends. Fearless adventurers, fighters, brutally honest people, very blunt people. You could have the wise mentor type. You can have a friend from opposite culture, a polar opposite, a friendly neighbor, whatever it is, man. A pen pal, a work buddy. You got to understand that it's different relationships, it's different friendships. So I want to ask you the same question, Nick. Can you think of a time when friendship has really been there for you? When friendship has really kind of pulled you out of a dark place or given you some light in your life?
When, yes, I, uh, I would say I first lost myself at 18. I went through a lot of family struggle my last senior year. I ended up, after that, going out on my own and moving to Florida. And my family moved to Canada, and there's a lot of things going on in my life that I didn't know how to deal with as a young adult. And my friend Corey, my friend Lake, Sebastian, and Roy, and a couple others like Jared and some of the people I lived with, Laura Sensi, they really guided me on a path to understanding the things that I wanted to accomplish and really how to really understand my feelings to deal with them and move forward. And I think that was a defining key point in my life that I knew no matter what situation came my way, I had good people guiding me and helping me understand the things that I need and want to accomplish. And it was really one of the roughest times of my life. There was so much turmoil. I was working at a job I was providing for myself at 18 in a foreign area. And I was very lucky to have the friends and friendships I did to help guide me into a path that allowed me to become the man I am today. And I couldn't have done it without them. I would definitely not be the person who I am today without them. My family for sticking up for me, the people I had around me. And I'm eternally grateful for that time period for throwing me into the fire of society
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
sir.
allowing those people to be in my life for the time that they are and still are because I'm in constant communication with those people. It just made me who I am, and I'm utterly grateful for those friends that I constantly still are in touch with too.
Well, man,
And this
I'm
that's
grateful
just
for who you're becoming too, man. Proud of you as well. You know, we've
I
all came a
appreciate
long
that.
way, and I think that's what's most important about what we're trying to do, Nick. You know, it shouldn't be about trying to get things out of people, trying to bring them down. You know, when you're climbing that ladder of success, pull people up with you, because who knows
Yeah,
who's going to
man.
be there to pull you up on the ladder. I'm just one of those people, and I really believe this. You know, you got to treat people how you want to be treated. And if you don't, if you're one of those people who you're nice to your friends, but then you're rude to your waiter, dude, that's karma 101, baby. It's coming back on you.
I mean, I understand completely. I am a waiter, and one of the interesting things about this is I'm gonna make this statement because it's important to exactly what I said. What I and Zach have been saying is that you can't do life alone. You could do it the best you can, but human beings need friendship. They need people. They need camaraderie. They need to just move forward and continue to grow, not with just themselves, but with others. And that's just so important. And that leads into this question. I mean, this thing that I'm thinking about as well is, of course, you need friendship, but you need to be your own friend and
Oh,
understand
hang on, whoa,
that
whoa, whoa, whoa! Say that one more time, Nick. One more time.
you need to be your own friend before, and you need to understand what that means in your own life. Being truthful to yourself, taking a step out of the situation, and understanding the right moves to make, what's really going to affect you, and what you need to do to be a friend to yourself.
Because you
What
can't
do
give
you
away you like exactly what you were saying, Nick. You cannot give away what you do not have. So if you, at your core, if you're not a happy person, finding a relationship is not going to make you happy. But if you're happy with yourself and you understand that your happiness is totally up to you, you can make somebody else happy. But it's also in retrospect. If you're, uh, me and Nicholas go with the term like kind of like an energy drainer or like a energy neutral, but it's one of those things where they bring the vibe of everyone down. They're these people who are constantly in a state of turmoil, and you can just feel it around them. But those people sometimes just need a helping hand, man, and that's what's just so great about developing friendships, being out in the world. It's you meet new people every day, brother, and it constantly changes.
and along with that too, man, I think that you have to realize what kind of state people are in and how people are really dealing with their own things. Because I think being a friend to yourself is being truthful. And there's a lot of people, including me, that have a lot of demons to face that a lot of people don't see, and that's a huge like offset of what everyone's going through, and you never know what someone's going through. And if
Never,
you can
man.
lend a helping, if you can lend a helping hand in any way, or just be a positive light in someone's life, dude, my whole goal through my friends and the people that I interact with is that I want to leave them with a better life. I want to leave them with a memory of someone that was so positive and so successfully, happily driven that they look back and be like, damn, that kid really was just something great. Damn, I really am thankful for
What
the,
does
for the
Earl
person
Nightingale
he
say?
is.
What does Earl Nightingale say, Nick? We're in direct proportion to what our attitudes and our expectations are. So eventually, it's going to get to a point, man, where, like we say, if you want to be one of those positive people, man, do it, bring it out, because you're going to make somebody's day a whole lot better.
Yeah,
But we
man.
just
And like,
learn and we grow.
I mean, and I think it goes down to like one of the things that I've really come in to learn is you have to start planning and taking action to the things you want to do in your life. And if you want to, like it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or what you want to do, but as a person, as an individual, you got to sit down and see what you want to do to make your mark on the world. And your friends are a big part of that. They're the ones that are going to influence you to move certain directions, help you take that step into new territory that you're not used to. But they have that support and understanding of the dreams and goals you have. And sometimes they don't. But at the end of the day, it's your willingness and your motives, your thoughts, your actions upon the friendships, the situations, the camaraderie, the community you have that allows you to make those steps and move forward in your
Yes,
beliefs and what you
man,
do.
100%. You've got to associate with people who inspire you, man. People that want you to rise higher and do better. You know, don't waste time with people that can't see your vision, because you're going to have a lot of people that tell you you can't do it. You're going to have a lot of people that, they want you around because they're scared, they're depressed, they don't want you to leave them. But ultimately, guys, like Nicholas was saying, it's all about that camaraderie, that friendship, and at the end of the day, the love of doing it for that purpose alone. It's divine love at its sweetest, I feel like.
I got a question for you. I think we're going down a really great route right now with everything we've talked about. But what is a time that a friendship really tried you, really tested Zachary Ox? And how did you overcome it? What have you dealt with it? And what is your thoughts on that experience, that situation?
So, um, I think we all get to a situation where, you know, we tend to outgrow people. And I think my biggest thing, and this was going back to, like, where I'm from, it's, kind of a very small town. A lot of people, they don't get out of here, man. They don't, and they, get on drugs real bad, or, they settle down, and which that's great, but it's just one of those places, man, where I absolutely love it. It's such a great place, but some people just use it as an excuse. So getting back to your question, I had a friend who, really really close friend who I really respected, I really loved, as a brother, and it was like, I took off, I left for college, and I just felt like, they would be able to take care of things. They would be able to make sure that everything down here ran smooth while I was off getting an education. And you come back, man, and it's just it's wild, because you see how different, a couple of years can change people for the worse as well. So, trying their friendship, or when they tried my friendship, you get to a point where you come around, less and less and less. But when you do come around, people are strung out, or they, take stuff from you, or they have wronged you or lied to you in a way. And it just gets to a point where you bottle everything up, and then you want to explode. But ultimately, what you begin to realize is that they really mean no harm. They just don't really understand how you're feeling. So I try to take a step back. I try to think of it, how one of my spiritual mentors, Wayne Dyer, which he passed away, so rest in peace, but he always says, if you're a Christian, try to be Christ-like. If you're a Buddhist, try to be Buddha-like. If you're a Taoist, try to be Taoist-like. You can kind of see where I'm going. But I've learned to kind of disconnect with the actual. I'm trying to think how to describe this. I've learned to disconnect with being so in touch with my ego, trying to react to a situation and
Mm.
wanting to get that point across, wanting to be right. And instead of that, I've really tried to, like, step back and listen. But it's a hard time, man. Hard time with friendships.
I'm gonna jump into mine because I have an answer to this too. But I do. I mean, I understand completely, and it's wild. I think one of my biggest trying moments in friendship was my ex girlfriend, Catherine. You know her well, and I think that's like at the end of the day, like I love her as a person completely. We broke up for great reasons. I think she's a fantastic woman, one of the most driven and fantastic women I've ever come in contact with. And towards the end of the real relationship, she really just tried me on the sense of being honest with myself, the movements I'm making, who I am, and what do I want to become. And I think that it wasn't so much as a bad time as a trying time because it allowed me to really develop ideologies, mentalities of my own. It made me look inwards at what I was doing and how the moves I need to be making, such as being truthful to myself, the outcomes and plans and the goals that I have. How am I going to get there? How am I going to strategize to get there? And I like she's a big part of allowing me to gain this mentality. And she's just a very upfront, truthful person. And I'm so thankful for that part of my life. It was very hard to go through, and no matter what, I wish the best for her. Well, and she's a fan. She's dating this fantastic guy right now, and she's super happy, and I couldn't be more happy for her. But it's one of those things, exactly like you said. It's a trying moment in your life. You take a step back, and you realize how much you've gone through and what you've accomplished because of how tiring, how trying that moment was. But
And
again,
what
it's a
can you
moment.
learn? What can you learn from it?
Exactly.
And
But
going along with what you said, Nick, it was the same thing me with Megan. That was my ex, and it got to a point, man, where we had to make a really hard decision, and it hurt like hell. But exactly what you said, man. It's like you learn something from these situations, and I've realized that if you want strength, and I'm a very spiritual person, so I do believe there's purpose. There's something higher than me that's at work here. So if you want strength, you want patience, God's going to give you people or situations that's going to develop that trait. And I feel like really losing that person that you love and respected so much, it teaches you things about yourself that you never could have experienced otherwise. And like you said, it really gave you that perspective, rose you to that higher mindset. And it's allowed you, man, and myself too, to really release that internal flame, that's that relentless fucking freight train, just trying to get better. It's never ending and constant progression. And it's one of those things, like you said, man, I'm very, very thankful as well for her and for that time. And it's very interesting that we kind of got off on this little rabbit hole, but, it's just kind of taking me back. Like, in those times, you're so happy, you're so great. But then after it's over, you want revenge, you want, bad turmoil because you didn't get your closure. But if you really love that person, if you really, really did, and you really learned something from that situation, you realize that why carry a grudge? Why carry any sort of grudge to anyone? Just be free to be who you are. Love people for who they are, and ultimately good things are going to come back on you, man.
dude, I got nothing more to say than that. That's a fuck it. We're done. That's ending. Yo.
Yeah. We'll see
But
y'all later. Deuces.
hey, literally. Hey, y'all have a good one. We're the Doors. I'm Nick.
I'm Zach.
Hey, y'all. Go make some friends. Have a good time.
Love y'all.
Live your life. Exactly. Peace.